Hello and welcome. My name is Bettina. Today's yoga class is going to be a yoga for heart opening for healing. Now, I don't pretend to be an expert on healing, especially healing from grief. It is currently something that I am on a personal journey with. And so I'm sharing from a place of this is where I'm at and this is what I'm doing in my own personal practice. So I don't pretend to be the expert here. I don't pretend to say that this is going to work like that. I don't think we heal from grief like that, if ever. But yeah, it's just me sharing from a place of this is where I am right now and this is what I'm doing and learning in my own practice. And I thought, from all the women who've connected with me personally since we lost Orion, that there are many of you out there who need this as well. And so I share from that place. So this practice can be used for healing from any sort of grief. So it might be healing from heartbreak. You might have lost a loved one recently. It might be a change in your own life that you're feeling sad for something that's past, that opportunities you're no longer getting to experience, maybe a big move. There are many different sorts of grief that we feel in our lives. So it doesn't necessarily just mean the death of a person that we need to grieve. There are other experiences and loves that we need to release and let go of as well. So I hope that in today's practice, you're able to connect in with that energy with whatever's going on in your life to heal the heart and the body, or to help you on that journey anyway. Grief puts us in this place of fight or flight. It's a fear response. So when we're afraid, as our bodies are just animals, when we're afraid, we move into this place of fight or flight. So historically, it would have saved us when we were afraid, we faced with a tiger that we needed to run away from. Fight or flight was what we needed. So we either directed the blood to our legs to run or to our arms to fight and to save ourselves. Now, the body doesn't know any different between that feeling and the hormones, the stress hormones that are released when we're feeling grief and when our heart is hurting, than when we need to fight. So there's no one to fight. When we're feeling sad, it's almost as if we're fighting ourselves. And the body gets these same messages that it tenses and there's a lot of adrenaline going through the body and our muscles tense and tighten. And if this goes on for a long time, not only do we, I think, round and protect this area, because this is the space that we're feeling it through the belly as well. We feel a lot of grief in the belly and the heart. So we round down, but we also tense the outer muscles. And so the body gets really tight and knotted. So for me, a lot of what I'm doing is trying to open up the heart again. It can feel like you want to close, like you want to protect this area. And I think a lot of the journey is opening back up to that, to what life has, even if it's offering up more hurt. But being open to the experience, I think, is very powerful. So as well as opening up through the heart, today we'll also be focusing on just trying to generally relieve some of that tension that we hold when that stress hormone kicks in and where our body thinks we need to fight or run. But really it's just needing to process. So moving that energy out of the body as well is what we'll focus on today. So I'd like us to start with an intention, with a seated meditation. So if you can just find a comfortable seat, close down the eyes, and join me in this practice today. So just bring awareness to the heart space. And each time you breathe in, feel the lungs filling fully. Feeling the chest as much as you can, and then exhaling slowly. So we set the intention for our practice today. And may this practice reconnect me to my body. Help me become present in the here and now. Help me release the past and help me heal from my grief. So I ask for help in letting go of the pain, for opening my heart and my heart space again to what life has to offer, and to accept life without conditions and love without hesitation. May I be blessed in this practice. Let's just bring the hands to the heart space. Really connect in with that intention. And then slowly open the eyes. Let's remove the blocks and any other props that you have at the minute, and we'll meet in tabletop. Alright, let's start in our tabletop. So our knees under our hips and our hands are under our shoulders, and we're just going to work at gently opening through this heart space. So inhale, let the belly sink. Lift the heart up. Exhale, round through the spine, so round the upper back, look back towards the thighs. Inhale. And just move nice and slow, working with your body. Exhale, round, look back towards the thighs. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Let's walk the hands forward. Finding our puppy pose, letting the heart melt towards the earth. You may need to find the forehead down. You may need to ease up a little bit. Just gently rest the body down. So let the tension ease through the upper back. And then inhale, slowly creep the hands back. Tuck the toes under, peel all the way back to down dog and pedal out through the heels. Feel free to move fluidly here, don't feel stuck. Wherever the tension exists, breathe and move into that space. And then as you inhale, let the left leg come forward, so feel free to step forward as many times as you need, and then inhale, come up, inhale, open. So just as we did before with our cat-cow, we're doing the same action here. So exhale and round, inhale and open. Exhale and round, inhale and open. Exhale and round, and then release the hands down to the floor. Take the right hand down and really open up with the left side. Exhale, lower it down, press the hands into the floor, step all the way back to down dog, and just pedal it out once more, finding movement, maybe finding a twist if it feels good. You could reach across, or you could just work with bending the knees, lifting the tailbone high, and really finding length through the back of that body. And then inhale, look towards the hands, step the right leg forward. Inhale, rise back up into our lunge, open out. Exhale, round. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. Inhale, open. Exhale, release the left hand down, open through the side body. And then exhale, take the hand back down, press into the palms, step back, down dog. Bring the knees down. Instead of coming to our normal child's pose, we're going to lift the belly over to the side, take the hands and then let the heart melt. So really feeling length through this left side of the body. And then inhale, back up. Opposite side, and then let the body sink. So finding length through the right side now. And then inhale, stretch the arms forward. Tuck the toes under. Left leg, bring it forward. This time, take the right knee down. Draw the leg in and reach around to the foot if you can. So maybe even rolling onto the outer blade of that left foot, turning to face the back. And press the foot into the hand to really open out through this heart space. Exhale, gently release down. Lift up into our full lunge once more, and this time inhale, open up wide. Exhale, release the arms down, give yourself a nice hug here. Inhale and open. Exhale and close. So energetically feeling like you're opening and releasing here. And then exhaling and giving yourself comfort. Inhaling to open and release. Exhale to give yourself a break. Release the hands down. Right hand to the floor. Open up the side body once more. Exhale, release it down. Step back, down dog, pedal it out. And then inhale, step that right leg forward. Take the left leg down, reach around towards that back foot. So you really want to come forward off the kneecap. It feels much more comfortable. And then press the hand in, roll onto the outer blade and see if you can open up through that heart space a little bit more. Find the breath. See if you can find some ease in this position. Send the breath to any areas that are holding tension, and then exhale, release it down. Pick the back leg up, inhale, open wide. So releasing anything that's holding on tight, exhale. So you may be finding that you're getting emotional, and in my regular practice that's me, but when I'm teaching I can somehow turn it off. So I'm often finding in my practice at the minute that as soon as I get on my mat, in a space where it's just about me and it's quiet. Inhale, open. Exhale, release that left hand down, open up. I'm finding the sadness, the anger, it's all pouring out of me. Just let it happen. It's just about energetically moving it through the body and starting to release it. Bring the leg back. Down dog, pedal it out. And then take the knees wide. Sit back towards the heels and just let the heart sink down here. Don't be afraid to release it on your mat. Don't try and hold it in. That's often what we're doing in the rest of our lives as well. Give yourself the opportunity here to really release and let it go on your mat. So you may like to work with the block here. So coming into hero pose, just sit between the heels. If you can't sit, so if you're finding that these quads are too tight, grab the block and sit up on it. Otherwise, bring the hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the hips high. So really opening through that front of the body, maybe even letting the head and neck fall behind you. And just accepting where your body is now. Accepting the tension where it exists, exhaling it away, but accepting that it may not leave you today. Slowly coming up. Let's bring one leg out. Inhale the arms up and exhale, fold forward. So gently surrendering in. Keeping the heart lifted so the length is coming from the back. Releasing the other leg out. So you can work with the feet on the floor here, or you can work with them long, it's up to you. Press into the hands, lift the hips high, maybe let the head and neck sink. And slowly release back up. The other leg around, inhale up. And exhale to fold. lean the body back, bring that leg back around. So finding your block once more if you need. Otherwise, finding our version of hero once more, lifting up. Inhale. Exhale, lowering down. So staying with this practice, or if you're feeling good through the back and want to open up further, bring the knees under the hips, the hands onto the lower back, and really lift through the heart, moving into our camel pose. It's the core that allows us to engage, to support the body to lean back and to open further through the heart. If it feels good, you could reach down to the ankles, let the head and neck go completely. And then slowly rise back up. Find your child's pose, let the heart sink. Let's bring the hands through. Hold onto the feet and just let one cheek find the floor. So it's really comforting version of child's pose here. Stay with the breath. Maybe change sides, letting the other side of the head release down. And then slowly coming back up to have a seat. So thank you for joining me today in this often difficult practice. I often don't find the physical poses of yoga difficult. It's what they do to our minds and our bodies that can really be challenging. And when you're healing from grief, exercise can feel like the last thing you want to do, but the power of moving the body to really release these emotions that we don't want to hold on to, it's only going to cause us more pain in the long run, illness, if we hold on to that tension. So the power of getting on your mat and letting it go is really amazing, and I'd like to thank you for just showing up today, for being brave enough to say, yes, I need to do some healing, and to admit that to yourself. Whether your loss was years ago, whether it's more recent. It's a big thing to say that I still got work to do. And maybe we've always had work to do, I don't know, maybe it's always going to be our lesson in letting go. I'm only at the start of my journey, so it's something I'm learning with you. Now, I often find after practicing, I need a big old nap. The energy that releases and everything that comes up, I find I really need to give myself even just 20 minutes, otherwise the rest of my day is shot. So you may find now, if you can take some quiet time just for yourself, and just to let it all settle and come back into one place, that you pull yourself back together so that you can function for the rest of your day. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all your support, and thank you for sharing your stories with me of your loved ones and your little ones who had perfectly short lives as well. Namaste.